Are there things you know now that when you look back at your past self, you really wish you could just go back and warn yourself? Whether it's things about your finances or relationships or friends or career, let's talk about it. There are three areas in which I think I'd love to give my 20-year-old self a little bit of advice. There are three areas in which I think I'd like to give my 20-year-old self a little bit of advice, and that's financially, getting comfortable with accepting and embracing change, and then finally, not following the crowd. So when I think about financial advice that I give my 20-year-old self, I think the first thing that I would probably tell myself is to start saving and investing early to benefit from things like compound interest. I think when we're younger, we love to spend our money on frivolous things like shoes and clothes and cars, when in reality, those things generally depreciate in value and they don't really help build a secure financial future. So I give myself a little bit of advice. Obviously, I can't go back and give myself specific stock picks or advice around companies to buy into, but just generally how to manage your money better, how to put away, how much to put away, and overall just build good savings and investing habits very early on in life. The second piece of financial advice I'd give myself is to protect my credit. Listen, you got to protect your credit from your friends, from your family, from yourself, because as you get older, you really start to learn the importance of credit and the impact it can have on you both positively and negatively, depending on how you manage things early on. You know, there's people out there who at a very young age go out and buy very expensive cars or rack up a ton of debt. And listen, if you don't have Benz money, don't go buying Benzes because it'll catch up to you eventually. The next piece of advice I'd give myself is to get comfortable accepting and embracing change. And this applies both professionally, if we're talking about your career, and personally, if we're talking about your friends and family. So when I talk about change in your career, usually whenever you get on board with the company, you get very comfortable with the way things are. And then as that company grows and evolves, naturally you should grow and evolve with that company in the very same way. But a lot of people get hung up on keeping things the same. And someone once told me, if you put this red light on everything, everything is red, you're dead. But if you're green and you put the green light on, you grow. So red, you're dead, green, you grow. When we think about change and accepting change from a personal perspective, this usually applies to your friends and family and how they develop and grow as people. As they change and they start to take their lives in a certain direction, you can either choose to get on board with those changes, providing they don't drive you absolutely insane, or you can step away from them if your values or morals or ethics don't align with the changes that they're going through. The last piece of advice I'd give my 20-year-old self is to not follow the crowd. And while this might seem pretty simple, when you're in your early 20s, there's nothing you want more than to fit in and have all the same things that your friends have.
Follow us.
So, and when I think about some of the things that probably could have saved me a lot of grief if I'd just been myself, I'm talking about probably a lot of debt, a lot of heartbreak, and probably even a lot of mental health issues that we face now as adults if we had really just been ourselves the whole time. So yeah, I would just tell my younger self, don't waste time trying to act like or be like other people, because we look at some of those people now and they ain't really doing anything with themselves. So just be yourself. So those are three things that I would love to go back and tell my 20-year-old self. I'd love to hear about what you would go back and tell yourself if you had the opportunity. So drop a comment down below letting us know what you would tell your past self, and give the video a like and subscribe if you like today's discussion. And don't forget to check out Tristan's most recent dance video. It should be in the shorts.